Welcome to the Golf Spotlight. I'm Ralph Irvin, and today we are talking about the newest irons available from TaylorMade. We're going to talk irons from TaylorMade. We are always joined by Brian Basil, Product Creation Manager for irons and wedges from TaylorMade. Brian, thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me, Ralph.
This year from TaylorMade, you have the new Burner Super launch, which is designed for a very select group of players, isn't it?
Yeah, the Burner Super Launch is really for the above 15 handicap player. I mean, that player, we know a lot about them. They hit it all over the face, they have trouble getting the ball in the air, and they don't have the speed. So this iron directly goes after that player to give them the improvements that they need. So it's designed with extreme forgiveness. In fact, it's our most forgiving iron we've ever made. It has an MOI over 3,000. It has a very unique shape, which changes throughout the set of irons. So as you get to the long irons, it has features like a very low profile, a very wide sole, to lower the center of gravity to get the ball up higher. So not only does it go high, along with the MOI, it's just, it delivers what that player needs.
Well, and when you talk about the different shape based on the irons and it changes throughout the set, that goes back to basically technology ideas that you came up with the burner irons in 2009, where it was an evolving set, that it's not just one club made in different lengths, it's each one's its own different design.
Yeah, and that's modern design for us now for irons. We really take each individual iron and make the best features that will help it function for what it's for. And so in this case, the player that we've targeted is on the higher handicap side. So that definitely changes where we start. But at the end of the day, the pitching wedge is definitely going to be designed very differently than the 5-iron or the 4-iron.
The key, a lot of times, with game improvement irons is the weighting. It's all about keeping the weight to the outside so that there is a lot of flexibility on the face.
Yes, and this has a very extreme. This is an extreme case. It has perimeter weighting, but also the face is thin. We're able to cast those faces thinner to get the speed. But the other benefit is we get to take all that extra weight and move it to that perimeter. So now that's how we're getting a fast face to get the speed, but also a very forgiving golf club, more forgiving than clubs in the past. A game improvement iron really requires a wide sole to get the center of gravity down and back. But now we're doing some subtle things, some recesses, some bevels around the back edge and the heel and toe to actually reduce that kind of resistance with the ground. So the actual effective sole, the sole that's interacting with the ground, is a little bit smaller even though the sole is wide. So we're improving some of the playability even though it's a very forgiving golf club.
Well, and you talk about that this is designed for a higher handicap player, and yet because of the bevels, because of the different angles and contours, this club is very shaped. It's not like it's just a manufacturer piece. It really has more of a shape to it because it's designed in every angle.
Yeah, we take just as much time and detail for this player type than we do for our tour players. It's just as important. We may not speak to that player at retail the same way, but the amount of energy and effort that goes into the actual club and the design is as important.
Now, this replaces the Burner Plus that had been out on the market, but still available are the Burner irons as well as the R9. Depending on which type of player you are, is the best iron. Always get fit, remember. You want to get fit for the proper iron. And then, of course, the R9 TP is still available and doing very successfully out on tour.
Yeah, it's been the number one played model on tour now throughout 2010. And each one of those irons, really 4 irons, right? You have R9 TP, the R9, the Burner, and the Burner Super Launch. Each one of those irons is really designed for a specific player, or in some cases a wide range of players, but very different and very unique, and all have very good characteristics along with some of these technologies that we just talked about.
Well, Brian, if people want more information on the Burner Super Launch, the Burner, the R9, the R9 TP, where can they get that information on all the irons?
Well, TaylorMadeGolf.com, of course, and we have a ton of information on the specs. You can dig as deep as you want.
All right, Brian, thanks as always for the time.
Thanks, Ralph.
I want to thank Brian Basil for joining us here on the Golf Spotlight. Join us next time as we continue to bring you the information that you need for your next golf purchase.